quite partial to a pub lunch at the weekend, so we're doing some modern-day pub favourites. Burgers, goujons, and finishing off with brownies and easy-peasy raspberry ripple ice cream.
I'd say we should get on with it before last orders.
Cheers.
Cheers.
When I go to the supermarket, if I'm not going to the fishmongers and I just buy fish, I'll buy some portions of cod and just cut them up. But
Yes.
when I was telling you that I was going to make these goujons, you said, why aren't you using lemon sole?
Well, I always use sole because I think sole is a flatfish. Any flatfish like sole or sprat or something like that,
Yeah.
very, very thin. They always go very, very dry when you cook them. So by adding breadcrumbs to them, they stay lovely and moist.
Yeah.
But the other thing with a piece of cod, I find, is that the way in which you cut it will make sure that your fish doesn't fall apart when you cook it.
Yeah.
So you've got to make
that's
sure you
good.
cut it the right way.
Yeah,
So
but they're very nice, and kids like them. And I always trying very hard to get my daughter to eat fish.
right. So what you got to do? Most
So
people
you can
take.
cut my fish.
Yes, but most people cut their fish long ways like that across the outside,
Yes.
that way.
Yeah.
But you've got to cut long ways.
Yes, but well, you
otherwise
can
it
see the
falls
little
apart.
lines, can't you? There's actually sort of little lines that tell you where to cut.
Guidelines.
Guidelines.
There we go. So I'm going to cut one big long strip that way, another big long strip that way,
Yeah.
another big long strip that way, and then
See, it works really well with cod.
it does work really well with cod. And of course they look just like a goujon.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if they're inconsistent in size because when they're crumbed, they will all be lovely.
Yes, no, but he's quite a big one, so I'd cut him in half again.
In half long ways?
Yeah.
Is that all right for you?
Yep, that's fine.
And a small piece of cod will feed lots of people.
Right, flour, and I've got some breadcrumbs in the cupboard.
Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs, please.
Okay, so you're doing flour first.
Yeah.
Flour, egg and breadcrumbs, standard stuff.
Your standard flour, egg,
And
breadcrumbs.
do you season your flour or
I
do you
do.
or season your breadcrumbs?
I do. No, I season the flour.
Interesting. Well, I think that's right. Panko breadcrumbs. We're using panko.
Yeah.
Panko breadcrumbs are very, very clever. They're breadcrumbs which have got bicarbonate of soda in them, and that means that when you crumb something with panko breadcrumbs, they puff up and they go really, really crispy.
I've got 2 eggs here as well.
2 eggs.
2
Any
eggs.
milk?
No milk.
No?
That
Right.
usually means, if I'm told any milk or any seasoning, that means, I've already done salt in there, that means put some in.
No, not necessarily. Because the thing is, I think everybody's got their own way of doing it. And what I'm really enjoying about our weekend kitchen is that everybody does things differently. There's nothing really wrong.
No,
And I like that.
me too.
And you've got to learn by the way you do things. And if you like doing things a certain way, then stick with it. I love goujons. And in fact, when we go to a very, very posh restaurant, me and Lisa occasionally, and I always order goujons because I never really make them at home. I do. I always have goujons. I love them. I love when somebody else makes me things like goujons. So this is good for me.
There we go. So these can go into the egg.
Right, go on then.
Do you want to do that?
But you don't want to get your fingers dirty, do you? But I know what you're up to. So you've got to do a two-handed trick here.
I know, you're very good trick.
One hand is used for your breadcrumbs. The other hand is used for your egg. So egg first, and I say do all of them. Chuck those in, boss. Thank you.
All of them together.
Yeah, do everything together. And here's the little trick. So you lay them all out like a little row of things.
Soldiers.
So, organised, Lisa, organised.
Like a row of soldiers.
And then you sprinkle the top with more breadcrumbs with your clean hand.
Also, I think people sort of get this thing that you have to really coat them in breadcrumbs, and actually it's really nice if you've got soft bits and then crunchy bits. My little tip is that I put in a wooden spoon to know if my oil's done. It's not done.
Oh, it is?
Oh, it's nearly, no, see, it needs to be a bit more fizzy.
Does it? Well, I think it's
There we
quite
go.
fizzy.
Oh, that's fizzy.
There you are.
So you can see it's fizzing.
But at the same time, see, my trick is I can see it shimmering.
Yeah.
You see the little sort of lines in there, almost as if there's little sort of something swimming around inside. So that fizzing's going on
Yeah.
because there's a tiny amount of water left in the wood.
Right.
Wood contains water. So the water is a reaction with the oil, the same as deep frying.
I love that I just know the tip and you know the reason.
Well, I've got
That's
no
why
reason.
we're a good team.
We are a good team. Shall I put these in?
Yes.
And here's my this is a big tip. Find all the big bits and put the big bits in first because they're going to cook, they're going to take the longest to cook.
But also, your other tip is to lay them away from you.
Always lay
You always you taught me to lay them away. But and also, because they are small, they won't take very long at all to cook.
No. No, that's right. But nice big ones first. And they already start to sizzle and fizzle and bizzle. I don't know, what is it? Fry, I suppose.
There we go.
Pudding pie. One more, no? Frying time.
If your oil's hot, they will only take a couple of minutes and then you're done. So as soon as they're golden brown, just turn them over. Get the other side nice and coloured.
And you'll hear there's two different sounds. The first one is frying, and the other one's sort of like a plinkety-plonkety sound.
Yeah.
Like a tin sound.
Like rain on a roof.
That's it. Well, that plinkety-plonky sound is showing the fish is cooking and all the liquid's coming out of it. And that plinkety-plonk, when it makes lots of plinkety-plonkety noises, you know your fish is cooked.
Right, okay.
But, I mean, already it's gone brown. It doesn't take long at all.
No.
And there's the residual heat, so the fish will continue to cook.
I'm now going to make a Cheats healthy tartar sauce to go with my Goujons.
When you say tartar sauce, I think mayonnaise.
I know, so I'm doing a sort of a healthy version.
With yogurt.
Yogurt. Sorry.
Yogurt. What else is going in it?
Some capers and some gherkins, please.
Capers and gherkins, right.
Capers and gherkins. Some parsley.
I love wallies. See, I call these wallies.
Call some wallies.
I do call them wallies. That's a gherkin. But you can use those little ones as well, can't you?
Do you know what we usually find in our fridge at home? Just an empty jar where the kids have just eaten them and then they leave the jar in the fridge with nothing in it,
So
apart from those bits.
Are you saying?
on the bottom.
Are you saying just gherkins and capers and yogurt and parsley?
And a little bit of garlic, though I know you hate it.
Well, no, it's not that I don't.
And some lemon.
I don't like garlic. I just. Do you want me to chop these up like I would for normal tartar sauce?
Yes, like a nice little chop, please.
So cut them long ways a couple of times,
Yes, and then dice them.
diced.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll test you on them, so make sure that they're perfect.
Okay, fantastic.
Do you know what I use? If I had a small tub, I'd use that small tub. So I don't know how much that is.
But this is clever because everybody at home probably has yogurt, and most people probably have some pickles in their cupboard.
Exactly, and it's a Cheats version. It's a quick one.
And if you don't have capers, go and buy some because they're really good for lots and lots and lots of
They're
things.
lovely. So I'm going to also put into this some lemon zest, a little bit of zest of a lemon, which is lovely. I love this smell. Can you cut that in half for me? Just give it a quick chopper. Take that off, quick.
I can't do that halfway through a job.
Squeeze of a lemon in there. Some gherkin, some capers.
These capers are really tiny. Do you want them chopped as well?
No, do you know what? They're fine.
Are they? Just,
You want to chop them?
I don't mind.
I think they're fine.
If you ever buy capers, they come in two forms. One in brine, like this, in liquid, which is salted water. Some are salted, just covered in salt. If they're covered in salt, wash them first because they're too salty.
Yeah, they're really salty.
I'm going to chop them up a little bit
Okay, you
because I
chop
feel
them.
like that.
You were looking at them and you were a bit worried, weren't you?
Because they need to, so the flavour needs to come out, and only if you chop them does the flavour come out.
Now, what you don't like is raw garlic. So I'm going to grate some in.
Thanks.
But only a tiny little bit.
But the other thing I think with tartars... Yes, make some noise. The other thing I think with tartar sauce is almost equal quantities of wet with your garnish.
Okay, you want to have those lumps in it. You want to feel that you've got nice bits.
Lots of bits in it.
So can I put these in now?
I'm going to show everybody how to chop parsley. Might sound really, really weird. Grab a handful, put it inside your hand, scrunch it together, really into a small, small ball, and then chop it. And it's really fast. And then what you do is you turn the whole lot 90 degrees and you chop it again.
And parsley is actually, you can chop it as much as you want because it doesn't really bruise, does it? Whereas some herbs bruise. They go black.
It smells great. And the other, what we've got now is we've got sharp gherkins, saltiness from capers, herbaceousness from our parsley.
Freshness from lemon.
And then the zing of yogurt.
And the zing of yogurt.
That's it. And of course our crispy goujons. And although the goujons have been there for a while, they're still crispy because those panko breadcrumbs keep them crispy. And we're going to make it look pretty, aren't we?
We are.
So that's for you, a little small jar for your sauce.
Thank you.
Take a bit of greaseproof paper and scrunch it. Unscrunch it a little bit. And what you'll have is a little hole for your fish to go into.
There we go.
In your jar of tartar sauce,
Do we need a spoon with him?
half a lemon on our bread, and then maybe we put some goujons on there, so it looks really smart. And a little, I always think, when I hark back to being a child and having things like goujons and fish fingers, one of the most important things is a little bit of parsley. And...
But not now it's not the olden days. We don't have to have curly parsley, which is nothing wrong with it.
And guess what else we've got?
Spare goujons.
The cook's right. Good job. A good burger is a great thing, and I think they're misunderstood, because I think burgers, and I used to do this, make really big, round, thick burgers, and now I make a proper thin burger, but that's because of you.
Yes. I have to say that your burger is one of the best things that you make. And the other day, you made different things for everybody in the family, but I wanted the burger, so you made me the burger.
You got burger, and then we had chicken noodle soup and dumplings, and I had a stir fry.
Yeah.
That's like a takeaway at home.
But it's so quick, and I was amazed because it has nothing in it. And this is why I wanted you to do this one.
Yeah, so it is about minced beef, onions, but they're cooked separately. They are separately. A burger bun, and then anything you want with it. You can have tomato, watercress, some mayo, whatever. But the burger patty is the essential part. It's the thing that makes the difference.
Yeah.
And all it is good old-fashioned mince. Get stuff that's not lean. Lean mince has no flavour. The fat is where the flavour is. Yeah. And also melts. The fat melts, which gives it moisture. Supermarket mince, it's absolutely perfect. So you just stir it and make it into a mixture which looks more like a paste rather than looking like mince. Get a pan nice and hot. That's really important.
Yep.
And I mean hot. Let it sit on the heat and be dry, it's fine. Take a handful of your mince, and I mean a handful. That's about a burger size. I think if you take it and you make a size of a ball about the size of your hand and squish it together, put it on the board, then the other one exactly the same. And then what you do is you squish it down, and you keep on squishing it down till it's quite thin.
Yeah, that's very big for the bun, look.
But it's going to shrink a little bit.
Okay.
Because, of course, it will shrink a little bit because the fat renders, which means you're going to have less volume. I've done a little thin one here for you because we know how you like yours really thin, and I make mine a little bit thicker. And now I can wash my hands.
Okay.
So you don't have to do much else. Spread the onions out on the board, and then take a little bit of oil and put the oil on the meat first, not in the pan. Okay. Because the oil will burn in the pan. And you only need to do one side because the fat will render, which means the rest of the burger will cook with the fat.
Okay. Shall I put some seasoning on?
Yes, please.
Salt. On the onions and the burgers?
Yes, please, both. Salt and black pepper, please.
Yes.
Fab. Now you turn over the oiled side into the pan, and it's got to make a noise. If it doesn't make a noise, then your pan's not hot enough. And then your onions go next to it. You also notice I've got some bacon already cooked on the side. Yeah. For a reason. Because you like crispy bacon.
I do like crispy. Do you know what I love about this show is I just get all my favourite food.
Well, because you are really particular about stuff, which I think is great. Bring your onions to one side, stir them around, and they do cook that quickly. But you remember now what we've got is all the juice from the actual burger patty and the onions all coming together in one pan. Turn the burger over, and that's great. Lovely colour and nice and crispy. Stir the onions a little bit, and again it should make a bit more noise. But what's happening now is we've got all the flavour from that burger patty with the onions all in one pan.
Okay.
I'm getting excited. We're going to have pickles?
Yeah.
Good, go on then, slice of pickles.
But do you want them long, or do you want them like you get them in the takeaway?
You have them whatever way you want.
Not long.
As the second side of the burger is cooking, now is the time to turn this into a bacon and cheeseburger. Could you pass me 2 slices of peeled processed cheese, please, Lisa? Take some bacon, which is crispy. It
does have a purpose in life.
And you put the bacon across the top of your burger. There, and here, and there. Okay, you know what to do next. Go on, you do it and explain it.
Well, because it's got to melt, hasn't it?
A slice of cheese across the top.
Nice slice of cheese. And you can then, you know, sometimes I decide I don't want this cheese, I want blue cheese. which is really good as well.
Yes.
But this cheese there is something really so naughty about it. It's nice.
You put it on top, it melts ever so slightly. Then you put the onions, which are hot, on top of your cheese. Let it rest for a little bit, and it will be tastier and softer. But don't worry, we're not going to lose all the juice.
Look at that already.
There's the start of our burger. Take the rest of the onions out, that's okay. But leave the juice.
Right.
Put the pan back on the heat.
Yep.
I told you it's a one-pan burger hit. Take the burger buns.
Yep.
And take the bottom of the bun, particularly, and put it in the pan with the juices.
So you get all that juice and you get it nice and warm. You get that warm, soft bun.
And then you put the top on the other side so that it starts to toast. So you're going to make one, I'm going to make one.
Yes, do you want lettuce for yours?
No, I want watercress. Turn your burger bun over. So it's now, look there, see that? All the flavour of the bun is now the flavour of the burger. It's now nice and warm.
Yum.
And then take the base of your burger and put it wherever you want to put your base.
Okay.
Right, there you go. Time for you to build your own burger. There's your burger patties, look at that.
Okay. I just put a little bit of this on mine first.
You put that on there. I want mayo on the bottom of mine, please. Spicy mayo, not normal mayo. Something to protect the bun that's really important so the juice doesn't go through. So mayo or ketchup's really important. Yours on top of there?
Yes.
Right. Do you want gherkins yet?
Gherkins.
Go on.
So I want them so that every bite has a bit of gherkin.
Okay, fine. Not particular about it then. I put a bit of watercress in the bottom of mine because I quite like it. It makes me feel like I'm being
healthy.
Good and healthy.
I've got a bit of green, look.
Okay, what green? What gherkin?
Yeah.
Can you put gherkins on top of mine, please?
Yeah.
Put that there like that. Gherkins on top. Now, on the plate, there's still a little bit of juice.
Oh my gosh.
From the burger.
Don't waste that.
Never. Never waste all the remnants of juice, gravy, whatever. Take your burger tops, drop them onto the plate, because they're hot. Put the lid on. And then, of course, if all your mates are coming over, get yourself a big stick and make it look smart. Stick that in there, like that. Away you go. Done. Time for my veggie burger. It's halloumi and mushroom, actually. So in here, I've got big flat mushrooms, these things. And all you do is you just put a little salt and pepper and oil in them, and the cup side up.
Yeah.
And put them in the grill, and they eventually wilt and drop down to become this lovely open cup. That's only been in there for about 5 minutes, and all the juice from the mushroom stays there, and you see it comes off. And then halloumi, which is a hard Cypriot cheese.
Yeah.
And you put it into the griddle, but make sure the griddle's hot, no oil.
It doesn't need any oil, that cheese.
None at all, and it will tell you when it's ready because it will come away from the pan. So it's just a matter of making sure it's cooked and turn it over.
What did the cheese say when it looked in the mirror?
Is this your cheese joke?
Hello, me.
That's brilliant. Do you want my cheese joke?
Go on then.
A magician's favourite cheese?
Oh, I don't know.
Ta-da! Right, so take the halloumi and put them on top of your mushrooms.
Oh gosh, that's good.
So it just sort of crisscrosses it, and then let them sit.
Yeah.
And
so super simple, very quick.
Really quick. Couple of bits of bread, put it into your pan.
I was going to say as well, with halloumi, people cook it for quite a long time, then it becomes really rubbery. But you don't have to cook it for very long at all, and then it still stays quite soft.
No, I'm with you here. Cook it for just a couple of minutes, and the heat from the mushroom as well, and all that juice from the mushroom together blends with the cheese, and you've got this sort of lovely piece. What we need now is a plate or a nice board to serve it on, Lisa Faulkner.
OK.
Press the bread down. Take up all the lovely juice. Warm the bread, don't toast it too much because the texture's in the halloumi and also in the mushroom. A little bit of lemon juice across the halloumi and the mushroom, tiny bit. Put some coleslaw on there, and we're going to make it slightly healthy. Some parsley and a bit of watercress, so it's nice and green, and it's looking good.
That's going to balance out the other burger.
Then your halloumi and your cheese across the top.
That looks great, John.
I've left a bit of juice on there. What should I do? I know what I do.
Put it on the bottom and that's it.
But let's
soak it up.
Soak it up. Soak up the juice. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Almost as good as Mr. Wicks.
Oh.
halloumi, mushroom, coleslaw, watercress, parsley, good for you burger.
I can't decide which one I want now.
You can't go to the pub without having chips and crispy onions, can you?
No, you can't. And I have a confession to make here because I don't like chips.
Well, you don't like big chips, unless, of course, you're in Paris. And then you have
Pomme
pomme
aliments.
aliments or
Yes,
something
and
like
I
that.
like them.
Or, actually, you quite like this little version of mine. These are rosemary-scented beauties.
I do. A potato that doesn't look like a chip, that's hiding, masquerading, not as a chip, I like it.
But a chip has to be crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside.
Yeah.
That, for me, has to be the definition of a chip.
Yeah.
So, in a way, this is a chipped potato, but it's really easy because you don't have a deep fryer. It all starts cold, and it's really, really simple.
Okay.
3 things: potatoes peeled, some rosemary, and some garlic.
Okay.
That's it. Give your garlic a bit of a hammer.
Yep.
And just whole cloves and drop them into a cold pan.
Right.
It's a cold pan.
Because you want everything to heat up together and infuse together.
Yes, but also the whole thing is going to start from cold.
Okay.
Rosemary twigs whole into a pan as well.
Yep.
And then your potatoes. And when I say chipped, the best way to do it is take the ends and the sides off to be able to give yourself a block. Then you these little bits here, you chop up into bits because they become, you know when you go to the chippy and you get
Yeah, those
scraps?
lovely little bits.
The crispy
Yum.
bits. The crispy bits are as good as anything else. Then you take this into decent size hunks. Really good size pieces of potato. I mean good size hunks of potato.
Like that.
Chunkies, yeah, and then into chunks. Put the whole lot into a pan, covered over your garlic and your rosemary, and then you cover the whole thing with oil.
Okay. So this is where I'd cover them with a little bit of oil and then I'd just put them in the oven and forget about them for 40 minutes.
Yes, whereas I cover them with oil and then I put them on the stove and I forget about them. Well, I don't forget about them, but I then look after them, but do not stir them, do not touch them, do not do anything to them at all, and they will go lovely and brown and they will cook, but you start from cold. They'll take between 15 and 20 minutes at the most and they'll be absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
And we're also going to do another little guilty pleasure.
Some onions, crispy onions.
Crispy onions. But look, the potatoes now, you see what's happened,
Yeah.
is as they cook the oil, they just, but if you don't stir them, it's so much better. They get brown around the outside and you just drain them off and all the bits of rosemary are in there, but the rosemary lovely and crispy and the whole cloves of garlic are also in there and they're crispy, little surprise for people.
Absolutely delicious. And yes, they are not healthy. They are just like a chip, but they're just a different shape.
Well, yes, but they're also always crispy like this. You'll always get crispy chips, and especially at home, if you don't have a deep fryer, you know you're going to get crispy chips. But this is, you've got the salt pot ready because you know, don't you?
Oh my gosh, it needs the salt on top of it while they're nice and hot still.
Because
Then it will absorb it.
absorbs all the extra oil and stops them from being greasy. That's why you get salt on your chips in a chippy. Not because you want seasoning so they don't go greasy.
Lovely.
There you go. So potatoes are there ready to go. I'm going to swap these 2 pans over.
Okay.
Because I've got a pan on and pan on. So
Yep.
I'm going to do that. And for my crispy onions, I need some flour and some corn flour, please, from the cupboard. A little bit of oil, not as much oil as we had with our potatoes.
What's lovely about them is that rosemary in that potato.
I told you, but you like them. You've always liked them.
Love them.
Okay, to make crispy things, you need 2 types of flour.
Yeah.
Plain flour and corn flour. Corn flour makes things go crispy. Plain flour will make things coat.
Yeah.
Corn flour always crispy. My thing is 2 to 1. 2 parts plain flour, 1 part corn flour, and then you've got to season your flour.
Okay.
But here's the best bit. You take a grater.
Ah, that's such a good idea. I love this.
You take a stock cube and you grate the stock cube into your flour. Because that way, just watch your fingers, otherwise you end up doing fingers. You're right, nicking my spuds. For somebody who doesn't like chips, you're doing all right there. Grate your stock cube and you have suddenly got chicken or whatever flavour flour around the outside of your
Fantastic.
onions. And of course, when you go into a pub, you think, how do those onion rings always taste so good? So that's the first thing. So flour, corn flour, no more salt or pepper, not needed whatsoever. Then onions.
Yeah.
What I've done here is I've sliced a load of onions and I've soaked them in milk.
Okay. Why do you soak them in milk?
Softens them a little bit and takes away the acidity, so they're not quite as acidic. Drop them in,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to just make sure there's no more left in there. That can go. So now what's happened, the milk is around the outside and then the flavoured flour around the outside of that. We've got these sort of almost batter-coated onion rings, and
Fantastic.
you're chomping at the bit.
I really am. I love the sides. They're my favourite bit.
Then they just go in a few at a time into oil, just a little bit of oil. Look at that, smell that, smell that.
Smells good.
Let the bottom bit go crispy. Let it keep on frying, because now what you're looking for is the colour of crispy onions. I've got a present for you.
Go on.
Well, because I know that you really love pub food.
Yeah. You've got the basket.
Yes.
Yay.
Baskets.
Paper.
These through paper.
Sprinting
You do that.
in.
You do what you want to do. There's the potato. I'm going to finish these onions off. Look, so you just keep on doing that. And then you start to turn them. And they start to go all lovely and crispy. And then all you do is pick them up and drain them off.
Yeah, you have to be careful. What you really need is an apron, Jono, because you've splashed it. Splashed oil all over yourself. So
I think
be careful.
most of my clothes have got some sort of oil mark or food mark on them, whether it be from cooking or whether it be from eating and dribbling down on myself. So come on then. You've got to put them together in the basket. You get the chips, I get the onion rings. I tell you what, our pub grub is coming up trumps.
It looks absolutely delicious. I'm going to put those little bits of rosemary in and that salt. There we go.
Perfect. Of course, you can't have chips and onions without
Ketchup.
ketchup on the board. That's the point, though, isn't it? Brownie's got to be crispy on the outside, gooey on the inside.
Yeah.
And you've got a special little trick, which I think is really cool, to make sure it doesn't puff up too much and then collapse, because lots of people's brownies collapse.
Yeah. And also, we're going to serve it with a lovely raspberry ripple ice cream.
Just before you do anything, I just want to show everybody what's happening in here, because you melted your chocolate.
I did. So I've got dark chocolate and milk chocolate. You can just do dark, but I find it's too rich, so I put a bit of milk chocolate and butter melted in a bain-marie. And once it's melted, just take it off the heat and leave it, and it will just cool down a bit.
Okay.
So I've got 3 eggs, which I'm going to crack into here. And then I need some caster sugar, which I shall get... Oh,
Caster sugar?
caster sugar,
Yes,
please.
that's my calling.
That's your cooling.
Yes.
So into my eggs, I'm going to add caster sugar, and I'm going to add a big spoon. I could use the teaspoon that's there, but
Good.
a bit of vanilla paste. There we go. Teaspoon of vanilla paste.
See, chocolate's an interesting flavour, but vanilla and chocolate together,
Can't go wrong, can you?
almost like caramel chocolate.
So that's
That's a decent quantity of sugar there,
it
Lisa.
is 250 grams of sugar
To 3 eggs.
to 3 eggs.
Right.
You know, a brownie, it's naughty.
Yes.
So it's going to have sugar and chocolate and all things that are lovely.
Well, because we've been down the pub as well. I mean, we've had a couple of pints, we've had some pork
Exactly.
scratchings, had some burgers.
We
had
need
some-
something to soak it up.
That's it.
So also, while that's melting, I've got plain flour and self-raising flour and 2 tablespoons of cocoa. Can you mix them all together?
This is what I like about this trick of yours. You're using twice as much plain flour as self-raising flour, 100 grams of plain flour, 50 grams of self-raising flour.
Yeah.
But that means what you've got is a small amount of baking soda or baking powder inside your mixture, which means you'll just get a small rise, not a big rise.
Yeah, well, you don't want a big rise. And you've got your eggs in there doing the rising as well. That into there. And then if you can just whisk them together.
Right, can I not stir it?
I just think it's much easier to whisk them.
Okay.
You watch that. And I'm just going to beat my eggs and my sugar just until they're pale.
So like double whisking.
Double whisking.
Whisking together.
It's
Those who whisk together,
stay together.
you want it to volumise. Is that the word?
Look, we've got a nice bit of volume in there. We could go for longer and longer. And what happens is if you go too long, you end up with a huge crust.
Yes.
And then it sort of sinks and it goes a bit funny. So you sort of just need it like that. A nice good whisk.
Right, so you've got 3 parts here.
So
eggs and sugar.
yeah.
2 flours, self-raising and plain flour and cocoa powder.
Yeah,
And
and
then the
melted
chocolate, milk and dark and butter.
Yeah.
Right, and then...
So I mean it's really easy, a brownie. So can you pour that in for me, my
course.
chocolate? And it's just you
You've
know,
never called me that before.
oh my little chocolate.
Thank you.
I mean, it smells delicious. And you can, there's no problem.
Do you want to scrape the bowl?
I will in a minute. All right. You use the other thing. I want to use my spatula. Here, use that. No,
Oh, sorry.
because I can keep going.
Okay. Rightio.
Rightio.
Rightio, here we go. Chocolate's in the bowl, brownies on the way.
But it's really, I mean, if you wanted to, you don't really even have to stir it through. You could just beat it through. It's fine. It's one of those sort of foolproof puddings.
So this tray you've lined with greaseproof. Did you oil the tray first?
I oil the tray first, and then I just get a square and I cut the corners.
Right.
And then it just all folds in. So you can just see that you just cut them and then they fold in. It's really,
I always say
really
with brownies
easy.
as well, make a small tray of them. Don't make a big, long tray of them because otherwise it doesn't come up enough and you don't get the squidgy middle.
no, and you want the squidgy middle. And you always want something with a nice bit of a bite, a nice bit of a chew. Those go into the oven.
For how long?
170.
Yes.
For about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we've got a nice crisp on that and then it's gooey. But I've got a little tip afterwards to make sure that you get them lovely and fudgy. Once you take them out of the oven, put them into a little tray of iced water, the bottom, and it keeps that cool so it stops cooking and it goes all gooey still and fudgy.
You're clever, aren't you? I'll get those in the oven. She's a bacon.
The brownies are out, they've cooled, so I'm going to cut them.
I like that little tip. So you drop the tin into cold water and that makes it fudgy.
Just the bottom, yeah.
Right? But the out top of it's really lovely and shiny and crispy.
Lovely and shiny and crispy. So I'm going to cut these and you are going to do a little Cheats raspberry ripple ice cream, aren't you?
Yes, not a Cheats ice cream, a Cheats raspberry ripple ice cream. Now, so what you need is you need some jar raspberry sauce.
Yeah.
You need a tub of ice cream which has been out of the freezer for about 3 or 4 minutes. And you need some frozen raspberries. Now this thing is, I'm not going to defrost the ice cream. All I'm going to do is mix it together. So it's not like refreezing ice cream. All you do is you put your ice cream, a bit of ice cream in the bottom of a bowl,
Yeah.
and then you take some raspberry sauce, drop it in. Then you take some frozen raspberries, drop them in. And then you take some more ice cream and you put it on top.
Wow. And you don't defrost it, you just keep it, just throw it all in
Making
together.
a right little mess on this one, I can tell you.
Are you?
And then you give it a bit of a mix together. I'll take that ice cream off that. And a little bit more raspberry syrup. And then put it together. And then what you do is you put that all back in the freezer. See, it's still hard. And the ice, don't forget, the raspberries are still frozen. But you see what's happening? The raspberries and the ice cream are going to be mixed together.
Yum.
So you put that back together, like that. Maybe a bit more raspberry sauce.
I'm also just getting my knife. I'm just running it under hot water just so that it stops sticking.
So don't let it melt and put it back in the freezer. Ta-da!
Yum.
And there's the raspberry ice cream. Look how gooey inside they are.
How lovely they
Oh,
are.
give me one, give me one, give me one. No, because I want to squinch them.
Okay.
I want everybody to see, look, see the top foot, and then you squinch them. Squinch.
Squinch.
Oh, look at that.
They are good.
So you're going to finish it off while I eat this. They're delicious.
They are, aren't they?
Not
They're
that I
really...
shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised because everything you do is delicious, but they are delicious.
But they're really fudgy, and that's what you want, that crispy top and a fudgy bottom. And then, should we put a bit of this on top? There we go, that's a good pub pud, isn't it?
A good pub pud.
Yeah.
Mate, this is like the John and Lisa's pub from heaven.